First appearing in Chicago PD, Hank Voight, Jason Burr, was often counted among the show's most hated characters. As Burr took on the lead in Chicago PD, his character had to change to make him more likable. Despite the views of him being a dirty cop at first, he was able to command the respect and loyalty of his intelligence unit team, including Antonio Dawson, John Sader. Voight has had one of the biggest character development arcs throughout the entire One Chicago franchise. He continues to learn and grow, leaving behind his dirty cop ways. That doesn't mean his past can be forgotten about, as it could be easy for him to fall back into old ways if the situation called for it, especially as the debacle with Deputy Chief Reed, Sean Hattersey, grows more serious in Chicago PD Season 12. Voight's debut in Chicago Fire explained, including his dirty cop persona. Voight and Casey quickly bumped heads. Chicago PD Voight and Kevin. Hank Voight was introduced early on in Chicago Fire, appearing at the scene of an accident that Firehouse 51 got the call to. Lieutenant Casey, Jesse Spencer, immediately stood against Voight as he realized that the driver in the collision had been drinking before driving. Well, it turned out that the driver was also Voight's son, Justin, Josh Segarra. Being a believer in law and order, Casey fought for Justin to be charged with a DUI, especially since the driver of the other vehicle had been left paralyzed from the collision. Voight fought against this, making it clear that he wouldn't let his son face these charges. Throughout the first season of Chicago Fire, he attempted to bribe protection for his son, and then he went on to physically threaten Firehouse 51. The worst part for Casey was when Voight went to Casey's home and threatened Dr. Hallie Thomas, Terry Reeves, Casey's fiancée at the time, due to his actions to protect his son and his willingness to take bribes and sometimes commit crimes to solve a case. Voight was quickly labeled a dirty cop. During Chicago PD, we learn that Voight took the murderer of Alvin Olinsky's, Elias Courtier's, partner out for a boat ride to kill him to get revenge rather than wait for justice to be served. How Voight eventually won Firehouse 51 in One Chicago. Voight proved he could be a good cop. Antonio Dawson was able to set up a sting, which meant Voight was arrested and sent to prison. This was when tables turned, allowing Voight a chance to redeem himself before Chicago PD began. Dawson's sister, Gabriella Dawson, Monica Raymond, agreed to his request of a future favor in return for information about who shot her brother during an undercover operation. That favor turned out to be getting him released from prison early, and Gabby agreed to help for the good he did while inside. This was the turning point for Voight's character, as he proved that he did want justice and that his dirty cop actions were linked to the need to get justice. Voight justified working with unsavory people and do illegal things if it meant protecting the people of Chicago, or his own son, as the initial introduction proved. As the members of Firehouse 51 realized that he wanted to protect the most vulnerable in Chicago, they were able to turn their backs on some of his more brutal elements of his character. When he has continued to lie and act against the law, it has been to protect his own people, and he still makes it clear that he will do that, gaining the protection and loyalty of his team, including even Antonio Dawson, with whom he shared a tense relationship at the beginning. How far it's evolved is a testament to Voight's character growth in Chicago PD.